Halloween is one of America's favorite holiday traditions. You get to dress up, scare people, and get free candy. What better holiday could you ask for? Besides Christmas, of course. But what actually started the holiday tradition that we now call Halloween? Well, I did a little research, and it all comes back to a Celtic festival called Samhain. During this festival, people would dress up in costumes, have bonfires, and celebrate the fall harvest. The reasoning behind the people dressing up in costumes was because of the fact that they believed during the night of Samhain that there was no boundary between the living and the dead. So in their fear of seeing a ghost, they dressed up in a costume to disguise themselves so that the ghost wouldn't recognize them. Another thing that they did in fear of was by putting food outside their doorways. That way the ghosts would see this almost as like a peace treaty, and they wouldn't enter their homes in return of the food. Over the years, the Samhain tradition has had many influences impacted on them, one of them being the Romans. Whenever the Romans conquered the Celtic grounds in 43 AD, the historians believe that this is where the tradition of bobbing for apples came from. The Romans believed in a goddess named Pomona, which was the goddess of fruit and trees. Her main symbol was apples, and so historians aren't 100% sure on if this is why there is a tradition of Halloween of bobbing for apples, but they believe that this could be an influence on why we do it. Another influence that changed the festival was the name change. In 1000 AD, the Celtic Church made November 2nd All Saints' Day. This was a day to honor the dead. Historians believe that the church was trying to replace the Samhain festival by... Sorry, my throat's getting dry. So that they were trying to eliminate the Samhain festival. Later, there was a small similar festival, like the Samhains, called All Souls' Day, that was on the 31st, that celebrated the fall festival, but also was known as All Hallows' Eve, and eventually turned into Halloween. America started this tradition when millions of Irish immigrants came over during the potato famine. Americans began this tradition of trick-or-treating and dressing up. Americans began taking up this tradition of trick-or-treating by dressing up and asking for food and money. In the 1800s, America started to take all the scariness out of Halloween and make it more focused on family and friend parties. The media encouraged people to focus on games, food, and festive costumes instead of witches and ghosts. Throughout the years, the holiday known as Halloween has been influenced by many cultures. Today, it's still known as the spooky time of year when witches, goblins, and ghosts come out for that one time of year. One little fun fact I thought that a lot of people should know is that the U.S. estimates that over $6 billion are spent yearly just on Halloween alone. And it kind of makes me wonder, that's why Walmart brings out the Halloween items right before Labor Day is here.